Hi, welcome to Pod of Mercy. I am your host, Longhair Linda, and today's very special guest co-host is
It's your boy SlimBuck.
SlimBuck's in the building. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. All is well.
Oh
How
man,
are
I'm
How are
so
you?
excited. I'm good. I'm
Oh,
excited that you're here. I'm excited that you're here to join me today for a
yeah.
Pod of Mercy episode. Now, you've not been here before, but normally how I start before we get into the topic, and I think it's going to be a good one today,
Okay.
I like to start with a rapid fire round. Okay, so we're going to get you warmed up. We're going to learn more about you, Slimbug. I've got
Okay.
10 questions and you're going to have 45 seconds to answer these questions. Okay, so I want the
Oh,
first thing you
on the
think of
hot seat.
in the hot seat.
Oh,
Exactly. They don't call it rapid fire for nothing. Do you think
out
you
the
can do it?
gate.
Do you think you can do it? 45 seconds, 10 questions?
um, I'll try. I'll try. As long as they are not maths questions.
Nope, they're not marks. They're about you. So you don't need to get anything right. And if you
Okay.
say anything too crazy, maybe I'll have to take it out of the clip so you don't get cancelled. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, crazy. I hope so.
All right. So I'm going to get my timer together. And then what I will do is that as soon as I say go and start asking the first question, that's when
Okay.
the timer starts and you'll have 45 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool. Okay. So, and go. Would you rather be attractive or clever?
I'd rather be clever
What's your favorite
because
meal?
my favorite meal is eba and banga soup.
Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm more of an introvert.
What's your hidden talent?
Oh,
Your
what's
hidden
mine?
talent.
Uh is it hidden? My hidden talent. For those that don't know, I'm a battle rapper.
Tea or coffee?
T.
What actor would play you in a movie?
What actor would play me in a movie?
You're out of time. The time is up.
Really? Oh,
How long do you think 45 seconds is?
I thought every question I get 45 seconds. Oh, it's
No,
the whole thing.
the whole thing.
How many questions there is?
That was question six. So you answered five questions in 45 seconds. So I'm going to start the timer again. I'm going to give you
Okay.
another 45 seconds to answer the remaining five.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
all
Okay.
five, not each one. Okay.
Oh, oh, now I get it. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. So we're
Let's
going to do
go.
another 45 seconds. All right.
Okay.
So I'll
Okay.
ask the question again.
All right.
Okay. If you, sorry, what actor would play you in a movie?
Um, Idris Elba.
Travel to the past or to the future?
To the to the future.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
It'll be about me.
Find your dream job or win the lottery?
Find my dream job.
And what is your best feature?
My best feature should be my 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 mind.
Your mind. Excellent. Okay, you had 8 seconds left.
Ah,
So, okay, I don't know if you won that because you in total used, what is that? 130 minus 8. So 1 minute 22 seconds is what you used. So you definitely went over. This is not the best rapid fire I've had. I'm not going to lie.
oh, I failed
But
from
it's
the
okay. It's
jump.
okay. I didn't explain the rules properly. I don't think I explained it to you
Yeah,
properly. Okay.
I,
So
I
one of the
already
things
know.
you said was that you'd rather find your dream job than win the lottery. That's not a usual answer. I get to that. What's your dream job, and why do you want to find it more than you want to win the lottery?
My dream job is uh, me being a biomedical scientist here in the UK because that's who I was back home in Nigeria.
Nice.
Yeah, and I didn't just get there because my parents wanted me to be a medical student. No, like I and the thing is this, when I wanted to go to the university, like, in my process, I didn't know what it was then. But when I got there and found out what, because back home we call it medical laboratory science. I
Okay.
found that we, the people that just, are the eyes, are the oracles of modern medicine. Like, find out what is wrong with a person, tell the doctor to aid him or her to give a treatment or something. Like it's just fascinating to me how much I could learn in the straight of 5 years, that someone will walk up to me, I can get either the secretions from probably the blood, the urine, the tear gland, the skin, the hair. I could use it and just find a solution for some, like it's like playing God, right? And a lot of people don't, wow, like how beautiful it
So
was when I was.
is it like you'd be like a high level diagnostician then? It's like you're
Yeah,
just okay. That's kind
yeah,
of sick. Okay, so
yeah.
I'm glad you want to find that rather than win the
I want to
lottery. We
find that.
need more people like this. So yeah.
I want to find that. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay, Dr. Slimbuck. All right, cool. Cool. Got it.
Oh, I hope they don't use it for a battle. Come on, man.
Oh, they might be an act. Listen, I should have warned you before you agreed to this. People might use whatever you say here as an angle. Sorry, be mindful of that.
Crazy,
Be
crazy,
mindful.
crazy.
Okay, well, listen, Zimbabwe, I am so excited about today's episode because we're going to talk about African mum sayings. So it doesn't have to be your mum specifically. It could be an
Okay.
auntie. It could be,
Yeah.
just an elder woman in particular. That you've heard certain phrases or sayings from. So, obviously, we're both African. So, I'm Kenyan, which you found out today, and
Okay.
you're Nigerian. So, I think we might
Yeah.
come up with some interesting ones. Now,
Awesome.
the thing that I think we have in common in terms of our cultures, we have a few things in common, but one thing that we can say for sure that we have in common is that the older African women tend to have a lot of sarcasm and can be extremely dramatic. So
Very
hopefully,
true.
hopefully we don't offend anyone with this, but I'm so interested if you're watching this on YouTube, especially, just type in the comments if we've missed out any phrases that you think we should know about as well. But I'm gonna open up the floor first, Dr.
Okay.
Slimbuck. It's gonna be for you. Do you want to kick us off, and then I'll put one of mine. I've got a little list in front of me here.
I got a list too in front of me.
Let's go. All right, give me your first one.
So you know what? I'm gonna start with a few ones from my mom. But the thing is this: my mom says the things she say in pidgin English, right? So I'll first of all say it in pidgin, like the way she
Yep,
say it,
love
the
it.
way she would say it. So before I can, try to translate into, you know, so there's this thing she will say. She go- she will say something like this: "Me and you go enter one trouser." so, so ba- basically, she's saying that you and her are gonna put legs in one pants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is trouble. That is trouble. It's nothing like you guys getting dressed together, no way. But it's something she will say when you're getting on her nerves and she wants to actually deal with you.
Yeah,
So
it
when she
sounds like
say,
a threat. I'm not gonna lie.
"Yeah, me and you go shook leg for one trouser," so that's how she that's how she would say it. And when she says that, yo, you gotta put yourself back in check. So yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one from my
Okay.
mom.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. All right, I'll start with one of mine because I've done the same as you. So a lot of these are written in Swahili, so I'll say them first and then I'll explain like what it means. But the first one is all English. It's actually quite positive. I thought I'd start with that one. My mum used to always say PMA, positive mental attitude. So whenever I would be getting like frustrated with something, like I would play sports when I was younger as well. So whenever I was getting frustrated or I was like, I can't do this thing or I'm struggling with whatever it is, she'd always say PMA, positive mental attitude. So I thought I have to start there because it just gets very dramatic and
Yeah.
unnecessary after here. Start
Okay.
positive. All
Okay.
right, go on. Your turn.
PMA. Okay.
PMA.
Yeah, here's another one from my mom. And she would say, like, the sarcasm, like you said, in African moms are, you know, so when they say something, they don't really mean it that way. So
Yep.
I have a few ones here, but let me say this one. This one says, "Don't worry about it. I will do it myself." When she says that, don't worry, no worry, I go do it myself. That's how she will say
You
it
should
in
worry.
pidgin. In pidgin, you have to worry. She's saying, I don't want to do it myself. You have to get yourself and get going and do whatever she wants you to do. If not, if she
And
says
normally, like, if my mom said that too, normally it's because it's something she asked me to do and I haven't done it yet. So she says, you know
yes,
what? Don't worry, I'll go do it myself. Oh, that's a
don't
threat.
worry, I will do it myself. You
That is
have
a
to worry.
threat.
You have to worry, because
Yep.
it's a lot of drama after that. If she decide to do it herself, nah, you're not eating for the day. No, don't do that. Don't let her
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you picked that one because my next one is similar to that one. So if my mum has
Okay.
asked me to do something and I haven't done it in a timely fashion, let's say I haven't done it in the time that she wanted me to do it, she will say, I'll say it in Swahili first because that's how she'd say it, nikimaliza kublink, which means by the time I finish blinking, so that will be the start of the sentence. So if she asked me to wash the dishes and I haven't washed the dishes yet, by the
Yeah.
time I finish blinking, those dishes better be washed. By the time I finish blinking, whatever the case may be, she asked me to.
Yeah.
And what that means is that she ain't asking me again. Get up from whatever it is you're doing and go do the
And
thing
go
that you're
do that
supposed to be
now.
doing. Yep, go do
Fire.
it
Yeah.
now. Otherwise, it's going to be problems.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, like our mom, African moms are really, really, really dramatic when they want to be, but
Extremely dramatic. Yeah.
really, really dramatic. She,
Mm-hmm.
oh, my mom would say, where's this one? Where's this one? Okay, when she's like, when you ask her something that she expects you to know, especially when, like, let me say for instance, go to her and say, maybe she's told you before, like, pick that thing and go and drop it there, you know, and you just came to her and said, mom, where you say make I put down, where do you want me to put it? She go say, put down for my head.
On my head. Why did they do that?
Put
My mom used to be like, just put it on my head then. Just put it on my head. What?
down for my head. So, you know what the funny thing is, by the time she tells you that, I think you get a form of factory setting, like, right? And you will eventually know where to put it.
Yep.
And certainly not on her head. So
No. It's like a memory trigger. So it's
yeah,
like you genuinely cannot remember where she said to put this thing. Or even if she didn't tell you to put something somewhere and she just expects you to know, like you said, like
yeah,
it's like common sense. So she's saying to you that because you're so stupid, you don't have common sense. Well,
yeah,
go
have
ahead and
common
put it on
sense.
my head
Put
then.
it on my
And
head.
so then you start being like, I'm a child, man. I'm just asked where to put something. Like it's not like I'm asking where do I put a cup. Like I know where the cups and stuff go, but it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, my mum would say this. Said, put it on my head then. Ekachukwa kichwa, which is Swahili for just put it on my head then
Oh, you
all
your
the
Swahili,
time.
your Swahili is good.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Okay, I've got some more Swahili for you. So my third one is Ebuzima your TV pumzike, which means go and switch off the TV so that it can rest. So
Oh,
again, that's back to the sarcasm where it's
yeah.
like, obviously, she doesn't think that the TV needs to rest, although I think she might. I don't know. But she'd say it because I watched a lot of TV growing up, and it was her way of being like, the TV needs rest even from you because of just how much TV you're
You
watching.
watching?
So
Yeah.
she'd be like, just go turn off the TV so it can rest. And she'd say that to me all the time.
Say
All
the
the
TV.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think my mom also do that with, especially when I'm on the phone. When you're on the
Oh, my
phone.
next one is a phone one. Yep.
It's crazy. So, okay, since you have someone, you have one coming up,
Okay.
that involves a phone. Let me
Hmm.
go with this. That my mom will always tell you this, like when she says, in that context, when she says continue, as just that one word, continue, like continue, like, so
Oof.
you have to stop. Like
You stop talking immediately.
when she says continue, that is keep doing it, you
Hmm.
know, right on,
Yep.
you have to call yourself to order. Whatever you're doing at that moment, she says continue, you have to stop, because as at that time, I think he's getting to a point
It's a
where,
problem.
yeah, it's a problem. It will be a problem. So yeah, she always says that.
For
Yeah,
sure. My mum said the same thing, but hers will always have a sound beforehand. It's like a, oh, really? It's like a, endelea, which means continue in
yeah,
Swahili. And that's when like fear just sets in immediately. You're like, I have to stop. Like, I have to stop everything because this isn't. And usually it will be like if I'm saying something
yeah.
that's like, she's trying to let me know that's inappropriate. Don't speak to me like that, or I don't want to hear it, or something like that. So she would say, continue. And I'll just be like, just never mind.
Never
Just got
mind.
to go to
It's
your
time
room
to
or
stop.
something. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Okay. So my fourth one, I told you, is about phones. So whatever I used to say to her, this is more when I was, I guess, like even as an older teenager. I was an adult, by the way. This isn't me as a child with this one. But I'd come to her and say, oh, do you know I have a headache? It's those phones. That was her answer. It's those phones. Whatever it is, oh, do you know what? I don't feel well today. It's those phones.
That is the cause of what is going on.
Everything.
Oh
These are my
man.
simu. That's what it that's this those phones. These are my simu. All the time I say,
Oh
these are my
man.
simu. Whatever I was doing, because she's again sarcasm, she's using it to say I'm always sitting there on my
See
phone.
your
And
phone,
like
and
she will do
enough
this
is
like
enough.
if the room is a little bit dark, like the sun hasn't fully set, but it's like setting. If we don't immediately put the lights on, like while we're
Yeah.
on our phone, it's like, can you even read that? I'm like, the phone is literally backlit. There's light coming from the phone. I can read it. She's like, no, you're gonna strain your eyes, and then she'll go and turn the lights on.
Whoa, that's
And this is
crazy.
as an adult. I'm not even saying this was like a childhood thing. I was a
The
full grown
phones,
up.
the
Okay.
phones are the problem,
She does this to me now. Like if I go around and visit her, she does this to me now. Like it's those phones.
Yeah.
Even though
They, they
she's on her phone just as much as me.
Oh, really? So like they have this thing of making, like they can stretch it and make sure that you keep hearing it and keep hearing it and keep
Yep.
hearing it.
Because they have a point to make. So whatever you come to them with, they're going to use that opportunity to say the thing that they've been
I'm telling
saying to you that apparently you're not listening to. So
I'm
yeah,
telling you. I'm
definitely.
telling
The
you.
phones, oh, it's those phones. Every time. For everything, every ailment, everything I was saying, oh, I don't feel too well. Oh, it's those phones. What's that got to do? What?
So yeah. So what next I got here? I think my mom again, she will say, when she says you go chop your eye, you know, when that she that is in English, she's saying you are going to eat your eyes. And
Mm-hmm.
when she says that, she actually wants you to know that you've offended her, you've done something wrong, or you've either not done something like you were expected to do.
To do. Yeah.
Yeah, and she will say, you go chop your eye. That means you will not eat you will not see food in this house. Like you will not even, if you don't go ahead and do whatever you're asked to do, you will not eat. Like there's no food
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. So that's why she would say you could chop your eye. She usually says that too, in pidgin English. So my mom is a lot. Like there's a lot that, like, that she says. She has those words like all you know, all at the tip of our finger. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing how much they've just got ready to go. Like they don't even think about it. It's just
ready.
ready. They're just
There's a
ready for
word.
whatever.
There's a word for everything, every situation.
Yes,
There's
100%. Well, I've
yeah,
got one that's not necessarily for what she'd say to me,
yeah,
but it'd be like whenever we'd be like, especially when we go back to Kenya now, and we
yeah,
go to like Masai Market or something like that, we're buying things to bring back. Um, you got to haggle. That's culture. Me, I'm terrible at it. Whatever price you tell me, okay, cool, I'll pay that. But my cousins, my aunts, like my mum, they always look at me like, why are you just accepting this first price? They don't mean that first price. I'm like, look, I can't haggle. I'm really bad at it. I always have to take someone with me. So my mum is good at haggling. And the first thing she'll say is like, okay, so how much is it? And they'll give her the price. And she'll say, well, what gosh, what does it have in it? Like, what is it made of, kind of thing. So in Swahili, it's kwani konanini, which it like literally means what does it have in it. But I guess the easiest way to translate it would be like what's so special about it. That's kind of what it means more than
yeah.
anything. That's the first thing she'll say, like as if why is it so special, as in to be this expensive? And that's her first line every time when handling. What's so special about it?
I love this part of it because we need to stay here a bit because I have like memories are just coming. Like right, I actually hate going to the market with my mom. Hate it because of this is one of the major reasons. She wants to know the price of a cup on this store, that store, the other
Oh,
store,
so she's gonna compare.
the other store. So she's going to like try to beat it down the price, how much is, and there was this guy, I remember this one scenario where the guy almost cried, like the train. So let me say it in pounds because back then home is in naira, right? Let's say we went to a store, we wanted to get something, and she was like, how much how much is this thing? And they will say, let's say the person, the trader says, okay, this is 20 quid, right? 20 pounds. And she'll say 20 pounds. Okay, how about um 3 pounds? So
That is a big jump. She got to work away because she knows they're gonna try and get it up. That's crazy.
the trader says, no, no, ma'am, that is not fair. I got this thing for the trader told the truth. I got this thing for 5 pounds.
Should have never told your mom that.
I'm trying to sell it for 20 pounds to get a gain. If I
Mm,
if I sell it for three, is that not the loss? Because you know what? She will first, that comes after she tries to say, like what you just said, like she would be like, it's too cost. Like why
mm-hmm.
would this be this amount?
Yeah,
So why is it this amount? It's too cost. Like they always feel like everything is cost. You
yeah,
know, they always feel like this is not the price that this thing should be. They want it to be cut down at all costs. So there's always a back and forth with African moms in the market. So it's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
but you know what? That's the reason I like going with them to markets, specifically in Kenya. Like my mom doesn't really do that here, although she will do it like here and there if she knows the grocer. Like she'll be like, come on, let me, she won't do it in like Asda or whatever. That doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
like if she
Yeah.
knows like the boss man in the shop, she'll try and bring it down a little bit.
When you there,
But
yeah.
her, my cousins, I always got to take someone with me when I'm in Kenya and I'm trying to go to the markets to get like, little jewelry pieces or whatever to bring home with me. I have
Yeah.
to, because I'm gonna pay whatever they say. Cool, I'll pay that. I'll just
I'll
pay
pay.
it.
I'll
But
pay.
they're like, no, you can't pay that first price. And then I've started learning a little bit. So like I've now got a line I say, And if it doesn't work, then I still pay full price. Like, it is what it is. But I've
My
got a line I say where I say, "What do you think I'm? Do you think I'm an English person?" type
oh,
thing. So
uh-huh.
like, one thing my cousin told me when we go to the markets: don't speak English because they'll hear it from your accent. You're not from here, and they'll charge you like you're a tourist, like you're a British
Char-
tourist. So
charge
just
you
speak
like
Swahili. Yeah, they'll charge me like I'm not from there. So the first thing, that's the line I have. I say the first thing, that's the only thing I have. My line is, why are you charging me like I'm Zungu, which is like a British person? I'm like, yeah,
oh
why you like that's what I say. But if they tell me, oh, I'm not, it's this price, I'll just pay it. If I'm by myself, I'll just pay it.
just pay.
Um,
My dad will not price, right? And if
yeah.
he my dad will just pay anything. But if he does that, like in the presence of my mom, you know, the drama starts. When
Does
no,
she get upset?
she gets mad. Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you like try to beat it down? My dad
Yeah.
doesn't want any drama, like, but
No.
the moment they get home, it just comes up. You know, you get money to throw away now, you get money to waste. So, he has a lot of money to spend outside, to dash, to
You
give
should just
out.
go waste the money.
He waste of money. He keeps bringing and that is really funny, because now we're not having that. No, no,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy though.
Haggling
That's
in our
crazy.
culture is important. You have to bring that price down. Apparently, I'm just bad at it. I can't do it.
Very important though. It's part. I think is part of us in a way. Like I think
Yeah.
deep down you feel it that this I have to like try and get this price down.
Well, especially because they don't even put prices on it. You have to ask them how much it is, and that's how you know. You're just saying whatever based on what the person looks like. You've not even put a little thing on it to give you a guide. Nothing. You just have a price that you're going to say to people depending on whether they look like a local, if they look like they have some money, if they look like they're from abroad. Oh,
Look. An African trader can give you a price on what you arrived with, right?
mm-hmm.
If you came in with a Bentley and you packed it, people drive good cars when going to African markets, but they park like
Far away.
far away
Yeah.
and go on foot. Because the moment you just drive and just stop at the front of the shop, then
Yeah.
get down, your price is waiting for you. Your
Yeah.
price.
As soon as, yeah. My cousin was like, she said something so funny to me. She was like, well, she didn't say it to me, she said it to the person as part of her haggle. One of the things she said made me laugh so much. She said, because we went on a particularly busy day to Masai Market, and Masai Market is very, very popular in Nairobi.
Yeah,
That's where you're going to get all the little jewelry pieces. Like, you're going to get loads of things from this market. There's loads of stalls.
yeah.
And she looked around the space, and she was like, all these white people here, and you're going to charge us this. You're going to make your money back, man. You're going to make your money back from these people. Why are you charging your sister this?
Yo,
My cousin will take it to any, like, she will get money off. Whatever happens, she's going to get money off. She lives in Kenya, so she's used to
yo,
it.
crazy man.
No
That's
matter what,
crazy,
she's going
man.
to get that money off.
That's
Guaranteed.
crazy. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That's fire. Oh man, I think you're next. Oh, am
Am
I?
I? No, I did the
No,
haggling one. So
I'm,
you got one more.
I'm next. I have one more. So, my mom would say, uh, I have one here, but I have forgotten like why I wrote this one. She would um, say, she would say, she has this proverb she always say when like she would say, okra, okra no the top pass owner. That means a farmer. I don't know how true is that. Okra being the plant said when a
Uh-huh.
farmer plants okra, that the okra will not be bigger than him or her, right?
Okay.
Because he will always be able to bend it down and pluck or get the fruits from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she always uses that to whenever sometimes the boys get taller, get bigger because I have two elder brothers, right?
Okay.
She says that to even her younger ones and children of other, of relatives, and their uncles and aunts. So she'll be like okra, not the top part, now. That is wherever you whatever you achieve, wherever you at in your life, be it married or not, whatever height you get to,
You reach, yeah.
you reach, and growth in size, you will never be bigger than her not being able to deal with you. That,
Yeah.
yeah. So she actually tells you to remind you that, don't worry about your size. I will still bend you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and deal with you. So yeah, yeah. She usually says that.
I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, that's always a good threat. My mum's go-to threat, even she used to say it as a joke, though, to be fair, but it is her go-to one because I don't even know where she picked it up from, but I just know it from hearing it all my life. Because Swahili's kind of funny. Like there's certain words, obviously, that mean, well, actually, this would probably be the same for all languages, but there's words that sort of mean this two different things, but it's the same word. So
Yeah.
the word tandika means to, like, if you're gonna like to make your bed, like to put your sheets across. So
Okay.
tandika kitanda is the bed, right? So but like they'd also use it as like I'm gonna beat you, like like I'll beat you basically. So my mum used to say I'll beat you like I make the bed kind of thing. So tandika kawa kitanda, like she always used to say that to me. Most of the time it was a joke. Sometimes it was a threat, but it's like I will beat you the same way that I, like, almost like, when you beat your sheets or something. I think that's where
Oh,
it comes from. Like when when you're
she's
stretching
spitting
out your sheets and
bars.
it's just like she just had bars. I was like, okay. So I just grew up knowing that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't think I've ever heard anybody else say that, like any other Kenyan person, Kenyan mom ever say that. I've just
Say
heard it from
that.
my mom.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
she used to
fire.
crack me
That's
up
fire.
with that one.
That's fire. That's fire.
Okay.
That's
So my other one is, and I'm pretty sure your mom will have said this to you. I'm sure most moms say this, and it's you want to kill me.
fire.
So if you say something that's disrespectful, if you don't do the thing you're supposed to do, if you say something really funny, if you do something embarrassing, if like that embarrasses her, like there's so many situations that she'll just turn around, look you dead in your face and say, you want to kill
You
me.
want to kill me? Yeah,
You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
kill me.
You want to kill me?
I think that's a very mum thing to say.
Very mom thing, very popular, especially when you do something embarrassing outside, right? Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I want to drag the family name to the mud. You say you want to
That
kill me.
oh,
You want to kill me, Abby?
that
You
one
want
right
to
there.
kill me? Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, yeah. I think my mom says that too. My mom says that too. That's very much popular
Have
around
you got any
Africa.
more? I think I've got
Um,
one more I can share if you've got another one.
I can. I think I have. I No, I don't think I have one more written here, but
Okay.
obviously, escaped me. Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. I've got one, and again, this one will probably be one that your mum said as well. So whenever something breaks, break everything.
Break everything,
You accidentally, oh, the plate drops or a glass drops. She hears it from another room. She'll yell, "Oh, why don't you break everything? Go
break
ahead and break
everything.
everything. Just break
Say,
everything."
say, she will use a word like scatter the house, so
Yeah,
bring the house down.
yeah. She'll be like, "Break everything." Since we have money to just break everything, break
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Oh, like you
that's
again. Usually, it's like you're a kid. It was by accident, but now
yeah.
it's like a whole thing. Oh, yeah.
Crazy, 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 crazy. And
Good old African
they
mums.
they
That was
have
good though.
this
I'm like, it's good that we had a lot that were very similar as well.
a lot, man, a lot, man, a lot. I think there's a lot like we even missing out. Like I think, yeah. There's
100%. My mum used to have like loads of the ones I left off my list were like things that she would have just got from like the Bible. So a lot
yeah,
of like biblical parables she would recite as well. So I just left them off because I feel like that's not unique to the things that she would say to me.
yeah.
They were, from scripture. So she has a lot of those as well. But these are definitely the main things that she would say to
Main
me
things
growing
that
up
she
for
said,
sure,
yeah,
or the haggling one.
main things that she would say, I think there's a lot of them, it makes them unique in their own way,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah, and makes them even memorable. Like once you get to leave their presence, I think things like that. You certainly don't have. It keeps you, laughing at times when you remember things like that growing up. Like it was a lot growing up with our mom. It was a lot, both the crying times, the laughing times, and and everything. So yeah, it's a good one. I think I'm glad that I had this conversation with you. At least it brings my memory back. Maybe after now I'll go call my mom and say, hey mama.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. I
Yeah,
think yeah, it's nice because it does make you like even the the threatening ones that might have scared you a little bit when you were younger. It's
yeah,
still kind of funny to think of them when you grow up. They're
yeah,
always good like that. And I find that like even like online, whenever I see people post things that their parents say, usually it's like someone with a Nigerian mum, and there's so many hilarious things that come up
yeah.
like my enemies have succeeded is a good one. Like if you tell them something that's not, that always gets me.
My
Whenever I see
enemies
that
have
posted,
succeeded.
when I see that posted, I cry laughing each time. There's also one where
That's
it's like there's a
crazy.
reel where the
That's
guy
crazy.
shared voice notes. I don't know if you've seen this, but he was pretending to have left his wife. Like he sent her WhatsApp saying, I've walked out on the wife and the kids. I can't do it anymore. He's annoying. And so she's sending him voice notes back, like, what? What's going on? She's like, ah. And then she said all these things, and then she's like, my enemies have
My
succeeded.
enemies
Um,
have succeeded. They
what
have
else
got.
did she say? She said something like, when
Oh God.
God was making what was it when I forget now, but it was like when God was making smart people, he left you off the list or something like that. Like it's something basically calling him stupid. She had so many creative ways to say that decision was so stupid. Obviously he was joking, but there were
Yeah.
so many ways that she had that were so creative to say that
My
he was an idiot
enemies
and that
have
he should go home.
succeeded. Oh man, they are the most prayerful when it comes to I think that's where I think Africa is where they coined the phrase that the only person that loves you unconditionally are your parents, your dad and your mom, and especially your mom. I feel like there's a different form of attachment to them.
For sure.
Even when they threaten you, only very very minute, very little scenarios and occasions where you see moms really hating their kids, like,
Yeah.
and really meaning every threat that
Mm-hmm,
comes out
mm-hmm.
of their mouth. So but majority of the cases, I think is out of love and out of love and care and affection. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's yeah. Well, obviously we're not speaking of, actual abuse situations or anything like
No,
that. But like,
no,
yeah,
not at
generally
all.
speaking, you'll find like and I think that's probably something that most cultures can relate on in the sense of like the mother's love thing where it's like they're stressed out. So sometimes they'll have funny things that you can think back on when you're a child as an adult that's funny, but when you're a child, you're like, oh, and then it makes you straighten up and do whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Um, yeah, but I love stuff like that. Like I'm sure there's so many more. I'm sure there's loads that we're missing. But if you're watching this on YouTube, please do
Yeah,
put in the comments some of your favorite ones, some of your favorite sayings.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a good laugh out of it. And
We'll
also
get a
call your
good.
mum if you're lucky enough, if you're privileged enough to still have your mum in this world. Give her a ring
Yeah.
if you haven't spoken to her for a bit.
Shout out to all the moms out
Yeah,
there,
shout out to the mums.
and the soon to be moms. I feel like when this even the generation that experience that, moves forward
Yeah,
and have children, I think it's inbuilt, like, right, that will still come out of you, because this
I'm
was
100% gonna be saying some of these things to my
that
kids.
will come
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
that
lie.
will come out of you. Eh? Continue. You'll be telling your kids
Yep.
continue.
Because I already have things that randomly like that I know are from my mother. I know
Yeah,
as I get
yeah,
older, there's certain things that I say or do that's very, very much from my mother. So I know that being a mother myself won't
yeah,
be much different. I'll be doing and
yeah.
saying the same things that she did, probably
It will come out. It will come out of you. Yeah.
for sure. All right. Well, listen, that was a good one. We're going to move on then to the final segment of the show,
Okay.
SlimBuck. So, this segment of the show is called Mahakama, and Mahakama is the Swahili word for court, specifically High Court. So, this segment is, I created this segment because I'm trying to be less judgmental in my life.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
this segment, we get to judge people, places, things, whatever. So I'm
Okay.
going to bring up something, and I encourage you to also get in there and judge as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
for today's Mahakama, I actually found an Am I the Asshole that was kind of funny. So Am I the Asshole is a subreddit. So it's on Reddit, and people post in their scenarios that have happened in their life, and they're asking people to tell them whether they're the asshole in the situation or not. So for us, we're not going to say whether they're an asshole. For us, we're going to give mercy or no mercy to the person.
Okay.
So
Okay.
mercy being, it's not that bad, and no mercy being, no, unacceptable, you're the asshole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to read you the post, and the title is Am I the asshole for not wanting Nigerian food at my wedding?
Oh.
All right. So here's the post. My fiance and I are supposed to get married this July. She wanted to do all the planning and I was fine with pretty much whatever, so she made all the choices. We discussed all of it together and she was mostly just telling me what she wants and I go along with it. 2 days ago, we were talking about food for the reception. My fiance is Nigerian and her family is very traditional. They have only been in the US once before, so this guy's American. My family is your typical Southern US family. You give them a plate of fried chicken or a good brisket, and all is good. My fiance wants to have traditional Nigerian dishes at the reception. I said that sounds good, and we can have a big buffet of Nigerian food and also a selection of more American food so that everyone can just pick and choose whatever they like.
Okay.
She said I should respect her heritage. I told her I do, and I love Nigerian cuisine, but not everyone will. And I feel it's smart to have different types of food if we want everyone to have a nice meal. She said that serving fried chicken next to mango seed soup, etc., will just look weird. I said it doesn't matter as it will be a buffet anyway, and that way each family can have whatever they want, and our friends can either have American food or try Nigerian cuisine. She then yelled at me that I'm trying to overshadow her heritage and make everyone eat fried chicken. I said that's ridiculous. And she called me a racist asshole for not respecting her and her family's culture and wishes. So, first things first, I'm going to ask you mercy or no mercy for the guy who wants to have not just Nigerian food, but also some American dishes in the buffet at their wedding. What do you think?
Mercy.
I think so too. I think mercy. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I
No,
think
I think he's reasonable actually. You know,
yeah, I don't think he's saying like I don't want any Nigerian food. He's like, no, have all the Nigerian food, but also we
well,
need to have some
let's
options for
have
people that might not
varieties.
have
Yeah, yeah,
tried
yeah,
it, you know? Make sure
yeah,
his
yeah,
family's good too.
yeah, yeah. So I
That
think
was easy.
mercy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
What
easy.
would you do if you were like in a similar situation? So let's say you found, somebody that you want to marry here and you're going to get married
Yeah.
and they are, let's say, wanting British, maybe they're British born and they want like British options at your wedding. Would you be offended by that? Would that be taken away from your heritage, do you think?
No, I wouldn't be offended at all. Like I feel like, one thing I've always been like, I don't know, sometimes it's not to my benefit, but I want to be the peacemaker. I want to be, I want to and I believe that not just me, marriage in itself should be all about compromise, sacrifice.
100%.
If both of you cannot meet in the middle, which should be the case every time, meet somewhere in the middle, find a common ground. But if you can't, someone has to sacrifice. Someone has to
Yeah.
lose for the other to win. So I feel like, if my partner wants both like varieties, of course she can have it. If if she wants only food from her side, that's a little bit tight, but I'll have to like definitely try to give in, because especially it all depends on what I think about the person as a whole. If I know that
Mm,
this person is a good person and the person doesn't have any issues with anything outside this marriage food, right?
yeah,
I'll just let it go. I'll just let her have it. And maybe it's a track, maybe it's a thing that she wants, maybe it's a dream of hers to have a marriage of that sort. No, I don't have any
hmm,
dream about any marriage. So, whatever goes, if
yeah,
if
yeah,
if the partner says, she wants us to do it in the sky and we have the money,
yeah,
we go there. So I don't have like a particular picture, but some people do. Some people want a particular image that has been playing in their heads to
yeah.
actualize it. Like they want to see it come to pass in their weddings and shit like that. So
Mm-mm.
you let them have it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was an important point that you said though, that like you're looking at that person as a whole. So if this is the only thing that's that big of a deal, then
Yeah.
you can compromise on it and it's okay. But I think for me, like in this instance with this person, it's like she's doing all the planning anyway. This is the only thing he's just like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
This is
fine.
the only thing where he's like, hey, can we just have all the food you want? But we're doing a buffet anyway. Can we just throw in a few pieces here so that everyone can eat well if they've never
Enjoy
tried
themselves.
Nigerian
Not
food,
not
if they
everyone will
don't
like
like?
Nigerian food.
Right.
Honestly.
Not everyone likes everything. Like, not
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
likes
yeah.
every type of cuisine. So it's like, I think she's being quite unreasonable by saying that
True.
you're racist and you're taking away from my heritage. Like,
That's
whoa.
crazy.
He
That's
didn't say he
crazy.
doesn't want any Nigerian food. He
That's
said, can
crazy.
we also have some food for people that might not want to eat this? Which I think is fine. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, so I think that might be a little bit of a red flag, low key. Like, I feel like
Red flag. Call off the
that's,
wedding.
yeah, it's not a good sign. Right at the beginning of the marriage, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's a little bit, I don't know. But then, like, I also do want to give her some grace because maybe she didn't even mean any of that and she's just stressed with like the upcoming wedding and she's freaking out. Sometimes that
Probably.
can happen. I definitely feel like he should have a conversation with her, but I don't think
Yeah.
he was wrong for saying what he did
No,
at
he's not.
all.
He's not wrong at all. Like he's not wrong at all.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All of
listen, we're in agreement with that. So that's good. So that's really, really good. And
yeah.
that, my friend, is the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining me today. Is there anything that you would like to promote or let the people know about?
Oh, thank you, Linda, for having me. Yeah, yeah. I came here as SlimBuck. Shout out to you and your platform. Yeah. I would like to promote the fact that I'm a battle rapper. Outside this space, and yeah, you can just go on YouTube and say SlimBuck versus, and my battles will pop up. Yeah.
You've also got a battle coming up as well for Premier Battles
Yeah.
in March. No, March or February?
March
First of
twenty
March,
ninth. Yeah.
29th.
No,
Oh,
twenty
I'll
ninth of
get something
March.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
29th.
Yeah, so
29th
that's
of
on
March.
the short circuit crossover with Absolute
Absolute,
in
yeah, and
London. Yeah.
yeah, they got me battling Blaine from Botswana. You should be
Mm-hmm.
there because this is
Yeah.
going to be a good conversation. This is gonna be a lovely conversation because I'm excited, and yeah. It's I love battling my brothers, and this one will be something very special to me because Blaine, we are West Africa. Blaine is from South Africa, the southern
Mm-hmm.
part of Africa, which is Botswana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, I guess, yeah, and the rest. So
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the best from over there. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
Well,
It's gonna
I'm
be good.
certainly looking forward to it. I have my
Yeah.
ticket and I think you should get yours. Go
Fire,
to premierbattles.club
fire,
for
fire,
tickets.
fire,
And head down to London in March and watch
fire.
SlimBuck versus Blaine along with the rest of the card. I think that was going to be sick. All right.
Yeah,
Well, listen, if you're watching this or listening to this, if you liked the episode, please do share with a friend and check out previous episodes. If you are listening, please do rate on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Give me 5 stars, please, so we can reach more listeners. And if you're watching on YouTube, please engage with the video, comment something, maybe some African mum sayings that you have that we missed out on. Let us know what you thought of the episode, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I will see you next week.